What's going on with everybody, man? Welcome back to the May 12th stream, 8:18 a.m. Start of this stream. A lot of stuff has come out over the past 12 hours since I put up my last video. Go ahead and check that out if you guys haven't. It's just going over Xabi Alonso and the possibility that he's going to become the next Chelsea manager / head coach, because we all know that there's no managers at this club given how Blue Co run their operation, unfortunately. But I've seen some stuff on Twitter. I've seen some stuff on Instagram. People saying that don't let this distract you from what's really going on at the club. It's not distracting me. I just want to say this, that in order to get this club back on track, and I understand the financial situation, I understand the issues that the ownership continues to have, but when it comes to getting this club back on track, the first thing that needs to be done, in my opinion, even though Blue Co do need to get out, and I'll put this message right here, and I'm going to continue to say this simple message: Blue Co out, get the fuck out, get the hell out. But at the end of the day, in order to get this club back on track, they need a manager, a serious manager, right? And before I get into that, there's a few things I want to talk about real quick. Laker fans, LA Laker fans, and specifically people that I know, I thought you guys were going to the NBA Finals. You guys are just as bad as Arsenal fans, bro. Just as bad. Just as bad, man. I mean, Steph Curry would never get swept in NBA playoff series, bro. Never. Never. How come LeBron James continuously gets swept in the playoffs? It's just a question I have. You know, you guys are so ignorant, so arrogant that it's about time you guys got slapped across the face a few times. But it is what it is. We're not here to talk about the NBA. We're here to talk about Xabi Alonso and Jose Mourinho. Seems like he's going to be intimately joining Real Madrid. Florentino Perez has a press conference scheduled for later today, I believe. And I don't know what he's going to talk about, but he's going to probably announce who the next manager of Real Madrid is. And we've seen reports of him coming back, which is going to be a huge wake-up call for these Real Madrid players that are the actual issue at that club right now. It's not the managers, it's not the fans, it's the players. When you're in the dressing room fighting with each other and you're, playing down to a level that you shouldn't be playing at, and you essentially drove out the manager who seems like who's going to be coming to Chelsea at any point, it's just a matter of, are they going to allow some type of control? Real Madrid are in a world of trouble, and Jose Mourinho, I think, can help it and save that club, because when you don't win silverware for 2 straight seasons and you're a club of that size, there are major alarm bells ringing. And my thing is, with Real Madrid, a lot of the egos there have caused their season to go straight down the fucking toilet. But we're going to talk about Xabi Alonso and him joining Chelsea. Now, there's a lot of people that are saying that it may not work out. I'm skeptical of it, because for a guy like him to come in, you need to relinquish control. You need to allow him to make decisions at a footballing level rather than just at board level. But a manager is going to be involved at board level, because that's how the successful clubs elevate themselves. This is why Man City have been great for so many years. Liverpool were great for so many years, right? Arsenal are now on the verge of winning the Premier League and possibly the Champions League, because you have a manager there that is involved in the footballing decisions. Even though I don't rate Mikel Arteta, I don't think a lot of people do. When you're involved at that level and you get the players you want, you're going to find ways to win silverware, and he may end up winning the biggest prize in England, unfortunately. But we're here to talk about Xabi Alonso, right? And I'll tell you this right now. I'm really hoping that they can get this deal over the line, man, because we need them. We need a serious manager that has good tactical ideas, that commands respect in the dressing room, and that will get players back on side. That is the most important thing, is getting the players to believe in themselves again, and getting the players to play for the badge in a sense, right? Now, we'll pull over here to Twitter real quick. Let me go ahead and find you. So, first piece of business, first piece of news that we're going to be diving into here, man. Xabi Alonso is Chelsea's first choice option and is seen as the ideal candidate by Chelsea. Benfica will target Marco Silva, who has been on Chelsea's radar if Jose Mourinho joins Real Madrid, which right now it's looking like that's what direction it's going to go under. Benfica, please do us a favor and get Marco Silva. Get him off of that short list that we have, because we don't need Marco Silva at this club. Even though I don't think he's a bad manager, a lot of Chelsea fans don't like him because they feel like he's a mid-table manager. I feel like he'll do bits at Benfica because I feel like that is his level. Benfica, I believe, won the Portuguese league as well. Actually, no. They came second with no losses. I've never seen a team have no losses and not win a title. It's insane. It actually is pretty wild, right? And then, we're already starting to see salt from Liverpool pages, Liverpool fans, even ex-Liverpool players like Jamie Carragher, right? All things Liverpool. If Xabi takes that Chelsea job, let's get a few things clear. They miss out on Champions League, maybe all European spots. The best they can get is Europa. If Brighton and Bournemouth win one more game, they miss all European competitions. Both top-end talent and youth talent will need to be sold to supplement the loss in income. Your transfer incomings will be limited by this. You're cut off at the knees with the squad building ability. If that's what Alonso sees promising, I'm not sure he's this genius people seem to make him out to be. I mean, it just sounds like you're salty, bro, that you guys are going to be stuck with Arne Slot next season. I'm sorry. I mean, you probably should have sacked him midway through the season when people were calling for him to leave, and then you could have got Xabi Alonso, honestly, immediately after him and Real Madrid parted ways, even though it wasn't Xabi Alonso's fault and why he left. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, Real Madrid's players are the main issue at the club right now, which generally you're looking at the managers are the issues, the board is the issue, right? The players at Real Madrid right now are the major issue, man. And Jose Mourinho, if he's going to be the guy that goes in there, he's going to wake up a lot of these players and snap them back into reality. Like, you guys don't run this club. No one is bigger than the football club. And that's what these players at Real Madrid need to understand. Like, you're not bigger than that badge. That was there before you, and it'll be there after you, right? So it just sounds like this page here is incredibly salty that Xabi Alonso is possibly going to end up at Chelsea, which makes me ask the question, why didn't you just sack Arne Slot after Christmas when you guys were in the gutter? That's just me, right? Another thing that we're going to pull here is Chelsea are prepared to back Alonso. Now, everyone is going to be saying, no, it's PR. Yeah, I mean, I believe it's PR as well. But I'm going to go over it and give you my thoughts on it. And are hoping that the job has come at the right time for him. Chelsea are prioritizing a center back this summer. Okay, cool. So you need to sell about 3 of the center halves we have right now in order to fund for a big-time center half. That's what you need to do, realistically. Like, that's what you really need to do, right? And then one of the I'm not going to call him a clown, because as I've gotten to get on stream more, I see his takes. The only thing that pisses me off about this guy specifically is his Enzo Fernandez takes, because I think he's dead wrong on it. And I just think he has the agenda because he feels like there's other players that are better than him in his position, which is true. There are better midfielders than Enzo Fernandez, but the players that he's mentioning are not better than him, right? Imagine how much better a coach like Xabi Alonso, a midfielder he was, can make Caicedo. I said this in my video yesterday, that he's going to make Enzo Fernandez a better midfielder. Moises Caicedo, right? Reece James, if he decides to slot him in that defensive midfield spot, he's going to make him a much better player. Esteval, a guy that's not a defensive midfielder, Esteval would look wicked under Xabi Alonso. That's scary to think about. He can take Moises to even greater heights together with Chelsea, and I agree. Moises Caicedo also switched agencies, so we'll see what happens. I mean, he just signed a fresh new contract extension. He's not going anywhere. It's going to take a shit ton of money to get him out of this club, which I don't think any club is going to realistically come in for a Moises Caicedo. João Pedro, on the other hand, there's been talks about him going to Barcelona. 80 million might get the job done. I don't believe that he's going to leave because Barcelona's main priority is Julian Alvarez. And I believe Julian Alvarez would push for a move to Barcelona rather than staying at Atletico Madrid. That's just me. Now, is that a smart move for Julian Alvarez? I mean, I believe so. I think he needs to take that next step up in his career, and he would probably, in my opinion, be that starting striker if Lewandowski isn't there next season. I think it would be him, Rafinha, and what's his name? Lamine Yamal as that front line to start next season for Barcelona, which would be a wicked front line, honestly. Chelsea are prepared to back Xabi Alonso in the summer with the squad needing surgery. They are also prioritizing signing a starting level center half this summer, sources say, and would like the new head coach, Alonso or someone else, to be involved in the recruitment. I mean, we all know this is just being put out there for the fans to be like, oh, really? So to do. Otherwise, don't even bring him in because there's no point. There would actually be no point in bringing him in, honestly. And this here, sources say there is not an obvious front runner, and they are only halfway through the manager process. But my understanding is Xabi Alonso is the preferred target, which is good. He needs to be the preferred target. Iraola is the second option, but if you can get him, Iraola is going to probably end up going to like a Crystal Palace or something. Or in my opinion, if Bournemouth get top 6, he should stay there and go through the Champions League campaign with them. That's just me. He has held talks with the hierarchy, and sources say the talks have been positive, which I wonder what guarantees they were talking about. Like, what is he guaranteed? All right, and then is there any thought? It is thought that any formal approach for Xabi Alonso by Chelsea would be helped by the lack of competition they face for him, given the expectation that Liverpool are likely to stick with Arne Slot. And it's like I said, if Liverpool wanted Alonso, you should have sacked Arne Slot at the beginning of the new year. Have an intern and then try to convince him to come in midway through the season. But my thinking is that he wants a fresh season and a full preseason with the squad. Liverpool could still sack Arne Slot at the end of the season, but I don't think they will. I think the Liverpool board are going to give him one more season to see what he can do because injuries at Liverpool. But again, when you spend that much money in the transfer market, you need to push on, especially if you're defending Premier League champions and there were high expectations for this season that they would go deep in the Champions League, even though they got to the quarterfinals and got waxed by PSG, just like Chelsea. You should have sacked Arne Slot midway through this season. That's what you should have done, especially with the money that you spent. Isak injured, you're bringing in Florian Wirtz, right? I mean, you should have been a lot higher up in the table and really competing with Arsenal and Man City for the Premier League. And it's crazy that Manchester United are going to finish above them this season. It's just crazy work, bro. It really, really is. But to go back to talking about why, Xabi Alonso needs to be brought to this club, right? And I'll go full face cam. See what's going on here. Liverpool. So I got this one from Luis Gomez. Liverpool ain't a serious club anymore. Surely they sack Slot if there's a chance for Alonso. I mean, they should have sacked him earlier in the season, bro. When they were on that horrific run of form and they were dropping down the table. I mean, now they'll be basically safeguarded into the Champions League spots. Maybe if they drop points, Bournemouth can still catch them, I believe. So, and then Vinny is a cancer at Madrid. I mean, it's not just Vinny. I think the entire club has a huge problem with player power, and their egos are getting the best of them. The only player that's really, even Mbappe to a degree is an issue at the club because of his individual like play in a sense, but still for me he's their best player. And if Real Madrid want to get to that next, like not the next level, if Real Madrid want to improve on next season, they have to make a decision on Vinny Jr. or Kylian Mbappe. You have to make a decision, and you're not going to sell Kylian Mbappe because no club is going to pay over 230 million for this brother. No one's going to do it. Hi, are you talking about soccer clubs? Yes, I am talking about Chelsea possibly bringing in Xabi Alonso as their new manager, and Real Madrid looks like they're going to get Jose Mourinho to come back and try to fix what's going on there. So, yes, I am. I watch MLS. That's my favorite because I'm from the USA. I mean, I'm from the United States too. I don't really watch a lot of MLS. My local team is the San Jose Earthquakes, and they're actually playing pretty well right now. So I might go check out a few games, like to see, because Timo Werner is actually on the Earthquakes, which is great because I'm a Chelsea fan. So I might end up going to a few games just to go see that brother in person. But I appreciate the comments, guys. It means a lot. Keep on getting engaged. Every now and then I read all my comments, but once I'm like really linked into like what I'm talking about, I sometimes get sidetracked. But I'll put up this one right here that I found pretty interesting. So going back to Xabi Alonso, right? Actually, there's a few things on Instagram I want to talk about here too. Again, I want to show this out for all the Enzo Fernandez haters again. Imagine hating on a guy that did this as a number 8 this season. It's crazy work, JNR. It's crazy work, bro. Elliot Anderson ain't doing that. Alex Scott's not doing that. These are guys that you like, man. And yeah, it's right here. More important than Cole Palmer. I believe that. Cole Palmer is my favorite player on the team, but you take Enzo Fernandez out of this team, we've seen how much this team actually misses his passing ability, his vision on the pitch, his leadership, realistically, that people don't want to talk about. People say he's not a leader, but I beg to differ. He's more of a leader than Reece James. I don't know if that's controversial to say, but he's more of a leader than Reece James. That's just me. But a few things on Xabi Alonso we will talk about, even though these are the same things from Twitter, I believe, even though it says breaking, Chelsea are exploring a deal to appoint Xabi Alonso as the new club's head coach. He is open to the possibility, but at this stage, nothing is decided as the process continues. And Andoni Iraola is also a strong contender. So this comment right here, if we hire him, I want Blueco to give him everything, even if the keys to the stadium. Watch us win the league next season. I mean, I don't think we win the league next season, but I think we're back in those Champions League spots. Honestly, that's my expectation. Is if you bring him into the club, you need to get him. We need to get back into those Champions League spots, and then if you're in the title race, you can push on and try to win that. That was supposed to be the goal this season. Is the bare minimum be in the top 4 and then push on to try to compete for the Premier League. Go deep in the Champions League, right? Try to win a domestic cup also, because what this team needs is to feel what it's like to win silverware. They did it twice last season, and we saw the joy and the adulation of this team. Feel the sensation of winning. Chelsea are in the FA Cup final. Are they going to beat Man City? In my opinion, they're not going to beat Man City, but you never know. You never really know, especially if Man City are really prioritizing trying to win the Premier League, but they're going to play their strongest 11 in that game, as they should. Chelsea need to do the same thing. So I'm saying Reece James gets reintegrated into the starting 11. Levi Colwell keeps his starting spot. You don't really have another center half that I trust, but Wes would be in there. Cucurella would be in there. Even though for me, I've seen a lot of people say Joel Hato should be in that starting 11. If you're not going to start Wes, even though Joel Hato is left-footed, I would start him realistically. But Mark Cucurella would be starting for me. You got Caicedo there too. You got Enzo, who I want to see play deeper, but he is looking a lot better as that attacking mid. You got Pedro Neto on one side because Garnacho's cooked. Palmer off the right, João Pedro up top. That's how I would run it. But as that other midfielder next to Caicedo, if you're not going to start Lavia or Andre Santos, you're going to probably put Reece James next to Caicedo, and then you would start Malo Gusto at right back. Even though I don't want to see him play for Chelsea anymore, that's the way that I'm thinking that the lineup will be. My preview for that will be, what's today, Tuesday? My preview for that will be on Friday. I'll probably do it on stream, or I'll probably do a video for it. But again, it says here Chelsea are now throwing everything to get him. He's not making any major demands, but he has emphasized the importance of defense. Talks are progressing well. I mean, like I've said, and like a lot of people are saying, I watched Blue Lions TV's freaking video yesterday about the same shit about how we're better if we're defensively sound and we hit on the counter. I've been saying this for the better part of, before I even started YouTube, for the better part of 2.5 seasons, that we're better on the counterattack. Why? Because we don't have the players in the squad to play that possession style at all. We just don't. We're better on the counter, especially with the wingers that you have at your disposal. Your Estevals, your Pedro Netos, who are better when you're going on the counterattack because they're more devastating. Their pace is going to allow you to get behind them, especially if you win the ball high up in midfield or in midfield. You're able to kickstart attacks immediately. And when you have Caicedo and you have Enzo, who can pick out a line breaking pass, who can play balls over the top, who, if you can't do that, you have Cole Palmer in those half spaces who can actually cause chaos if the space is allotted to him, right? We need to play more on the counterattack, which means less possession of the ball, which I think this team does need to actually suffer in games more without the ball than actually holding on to the ball and doing absolutely nothing with it. Give me a second. Make sure my shit don't die on me. All right. Anyway, so for that, hold on. Okay. A few things though before that. Let me go ahead and search for it real quick because I do want to talk about Jose Mourinho real quick before I give my full thoughts on that. So I guess I'll pull over here first. Okay. Let's see. So we've been seeing a lot of stuff on Jose Mourinho. Real Madrid have started the Jose Mourinho operation with direct contacts now taking place. Benfica want Mourinho to stay at all costs, but aware that Real talks are ongoing, it depends on Real Madrid. Up to Florentino Perez, he will decide if Mourinho returns or not, which, I agree with. And then there's another thing I wanted to touch on here. So Florentino Perez will have a press conference on Real Madrid's situation at 6 p.m. Europe time. So I'm guessing because from here to Spain, I believe, is because from here to England is about 8 hours. Spain, I'm imagining, is like 7 or 8 hours, maybe 9. So I'm guessing in this 6 p.m. here. I'm gonna just go ahead and check real quick. I just don't want to be wrong on this. So at 9 a.m. there will be at 9 a.m. there will be a press conference, at least out here on the West Coast. So in about 15 minutes, Florentino Perez will have an announcement at his press conference. Also says here, Thiago Silva, bro, has been included in the 55-man preliminary squad for Brazil in the World Cup, along with Neymar, which is crazy, bro. Big up Thiago Silva, man. I mean, that's insane. 41 years old and will be at the World Cup. Absolutely unreal. Ben White seems like he's not going to be making. He's going to miss out on the Champions League final, which may be a good thing for Arsenal because he's been making a few mistakes lately in that back line. So that might be a win. Looks like Carvajal has been left out of the Spain squad. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Then I saw that Sergio Ramos completes the process to buy Sevilla and become the new club owner. The deal is in place with his brother leading the process to waiting for the official and formal steps with lawyers before the statement. And I saw on 433 on Instagram that it's been confirmed that he just bought Sevilla for 400 million. Insane. Maybe he can bring them back up that table, man, because that's where he started. That's where he started, man. Dear Mansplain is, let's be clear. If I don't follow you, I probably don't want your lazy personal opinions. Resist the urge to follow me and then gaslight me. I will not hesitate to block you. I mean, I ain't saying nothing bad about you, bro. I think you're doing an exceptional job exposing what Blueco is doing, bro. Honestly, and like I commend you for it. You're doing an exceptional job, bro. Really. Yeah, look, it's time. He's gonna go back there. Jose Mourinho is gonna go back there and give these players a reality check, man. They really, really will. Because I would love to see any of these players disrespect him. I would love to see it. They just won't be at the club anymore. Florentino Perez has told his close associates right before today's press conference, "I'm very tired." He's over it, bro. He is over it, man. I mean, he's so used to success that he's not used to seeing 2 straight seasons of no silverware, bro. Esteval has been left out of Brazil's preliminary squad, which sucks. Now, I saw this and like I don't understand this. Reasons why Real Madrid want to sell Valverde this summer. His behavior in recent months and the fact that he has had a negative relationship with Xabi Alonso. Selling him would be an example for other players. He has a huge market and would be source of millions for the club. I mean, he's an exceptional player, man. I think one of the most underappreciated players in the world, honestly. Yeah, Iraola isn't even better than him. I agree. We'll see, man. I mean, I'll be real, bro. So here's this. Marco Silva is a potential replacement for Jose Mourinho. Silva was at the airport in Lisbon today before he headed to London on the same plane as Jose Mourinho, who traveled to London to visit his family. He ain't coming to Chelsea, but he's going to end up at Real Madrid, bro. Honestly. But instant respect where? Respect after getting sacked at Madrid because the players didn't respect him. So here's my first thing to tell you, Mr. Fairview. No player is bigger than the club, man. And we go over this all the time. No player is bigger than the club. And the players at Real Madrid are the actual issue at the club right now. How do we know this? Players are fighting in the dressing room. Performances have dropped off. Players just don't seem like they care on the pitch. Kind of like how Chelsea were dealing with this shit when Liam Rossini was there. But the difference was Liam Rossini didn't really have any top flight manager experience. At least Xabi Alonso went to a top 5 league, went undefeated, overcame Bayern Munich. Unfortunate not to win the Europa League that season, but it's one of the greatest seasons in the past 10 years. You outdo Bayern Munich, a team that just continuously runs away with the Bundesliga every single season. Dortmund had chance after chance after chance after chance to overtake them. They could never get it done. Xabi Alonso comes in, goes undefeated, no losses in the league. Didn't lose to Bayern. He goes to Madrid where the spotlight, the cameras, the pressure, the hot seat, all that is there. But the players are supposed to sit here and actually go put out performances. They just stopped playing. The players didn't respect him for whatever reason. For whatever reason. That's not on Xabi Alonso, bro. This is why Florentino Perez went into the dressing room after Xabi Alonso was sacked. I forgot who they played. Told Arda Gueye to get out because he was about to give them a new asshole, essentially. If the club president has to go down to the dressing room after a defeat like that, how much is it really on the manager at that point? It's on the players. And we're still seeing shit about that. You're seeing fights in the dressing room. You're seeing Antonio Rudiger slap somebody. When did we ever hear about that at Chelsea, bro? You can't tell me the managers are the issues there. It's the players. It's been the players. And it'll always be the players at that club. Because they feel like once they get to Real Madrid, the egos are just ridiculous, bro. It is. It really, really is. And it's sad, man. It really, really is. Because Real Madrid are a great institution. That's where a lot of players want to end up at the end of the day. They are tarnishing their brand right now. But if Jose Mourinho, if he comes and he's really appointed as the manager, these players are in for a rude awakening, bro. They really, really are. Because if he can't fix it, are we going to blame Jose Mourinho for not having any respect? No, it's going to be the players at that point. And it's still the players. I'm going to hold that position until I see differently. Because Real Madrid shouldn't be going 2 straight seasons without silverware. They really shouldn't. When have we ever said that? At least in my lifetime. When have we ever said that? Real Madrid are always winning something, bro. Something. What's happened over the past 2 seasons? Carlo Ancelotti was there last season, but players respected him. They played for him. They just ran into a buzzsaw that was Barcelona. They didn't win the Champions League last season. They didn't win it again this season. Surprisingly beat Man City. I think it was the round of 16. Surprisingly beat them. But after that, they have nosedived. They're continuously dropping points in the league. They just lost El Clasico again to Barcelona at the new camp, where they had to watch Barcelona celebrate winning La Liga, bro. That's a real slap in the face. Like, Real Madrid are in the world of trouble, bro. They are. They absolutely are. If they get this Jose Mourinho appointment, yeah, I think they can be saved. But right now, that dressing room has absolutely ruined their season. That's just me seeing it from an outsider's perspective of what I'm observing. Because at Chelsea, you can make the argument that the players stopped playing because they sacked the manager that they respected. That is the difference between Xabi Alonso and the Enzo Maresca thing, is that the players didn't respect him because their egos are too big. They think they're better than the club in a sense. The Chelsea players loved playing under Enzo Maresca. They won with them. They believed in the identity and the style of play that they wanted to play with him. Xabi Alonso, if he comes to Chelsea, I think would garner the respect of the players, but Xabi Alonso would also have to prove himself to these players as well. And that's what Enzo Maresca had to do. You have to give a manager time. You really, really do. You can't keep sacking managers, chopping and changing managers, because what consistency are you going to get? The reason why it worked under Roman Abramovich was because he got the next best guy available that was a winner, and they won silverware because of it. That's why Roman Abramovich style worked. Blueco want to sit here and take shots at the previous ownership, but you're doing the exact same thing, except you're not winning. If you were chopping and changing managers and you were winning silverware and you were in the Champions League year in, year out, you've only been in the Champions League once in 4 years, 4 seasons. Because when they took over the first full season, they had already qualified for the Champions League and they got to the quarterfinals and then they lost to Real Madrid, right? Outside of that, this ownership has done nothing to replicate what Roman Abramovich did. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they want to take shots at the previous ownership, but the previous ownership won consistently. That's all I'm going to say on that, man. Because I feel like there's Chelsea fans out there or fans out there that think that bringing in a manager like Xabi Alonso isn't going to fix anything. It's not going to fix anything at board level. It's not going to fix anything there. But in terms of the performances on the pitch and what we're seeing on the pitch right now, I think he would do wonders with this squad if you allow him to bring in players. But what money is there to spend? You're going to have to sell some players in order to do that, right? You have to sell the deadwood in the squad. You're going to probably have to sacrifice one big player, but who's that big player going to really be, right? Is it going to be João Pedro? Is it going to be Enzo Fernandez? Is it going to be Cole Palmer, right? In my opinion, I don't think any 3 of those players are leaving. I think it's going to be a lot of the players that have underperformed this season, a lot of the players that they bought stupidly and they need to get rid of. Liam Delap, Garnacho. Even though I would keep Jamie Gittins because he's been injured for half the season, but Jamie Gittins may have to go. Wesley Fofana has to go. Malo Gusto has to go. In my opinion, Romeo Lavia needs to get sold at this point. You keep Andre Santos, even though I would probably sell him personally, because you're going to need to bring in more established midfielders into this team, man. You're going to need to do it. You sell Pedro Neto. You're going to have to sell about 7, 8, 9 players that have just underperformed. And you keep the core players that you know you can build around. Your Levi Colwells, your Reece James, your Estevals, your Palmers, your Enzos, your Caicedos. Those are the players that you're going to end up having to keep. João Pedro, right? You're going to have to keep these players. That's just how I see it, right? So let me know in the comments, people watching, what players need to be sold in the summer in order to fund these moves, and if Xabi Alonso really is the guy that Chelsea should be going after. And if Chelsea shouldn't be going after him, then Chelsea fans, bro, who do you guys want at this point? Because I'm still seeing a lot of people like bitch and complain about this shit, man. It's like, oh, like, who do you guys want at this point? We've gone through 6 managers in 4 seasons, bro. Who else can we turn to at this point? Thomas Tuchel's not coming back. Enzo Maresca's not coming back. So, like, who do you turn to, right? And it's not distracting me from what's really going on at the club right now. We all know Blue Coat. Like I said, bro, it's right here. I post this every single stream, and I'm going to continue to post it. It doesn't matter what my nationality is, right? And there's another thing I want to say. My nationality has nothing to do with my IQ of the sport, right? I had a comment on a short saying, like, this American guy has no idea what he's talking about. Bro, you stick behind your phone or your computer typing comments when I'm putting my face to these opinions. Maybe you should do the same exact thing. Just saying, bro. You know, I'm not afraid to put my face to these opinions because I care about the football club that I watch and that I've loved for over 25 years, bro. Don't be doing that weird shit on my channel. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get on to some more stuff here that we can talk about here. It looks like David Luiz has spoken about what's going on. In the background, I got some Glitch City. I keep on plugging this lady because she does some exceptional lo-fi music, upbeat, like game music that people should listen to if they're having a tough day, if they need to relax. You know, it keeps your mind focused and motivated, man. David Luiz on the current situation and the rebuilding process at Chelsea. I think rebuilding is always difficult, especially when you're talking about a club the size of Chelsea. It's even more challenging. Everyone expects Chelsea to win trophies and perform at an incredible level. So the pressure will always be there. I hope the people within the club can rediscover that winning mentality and translate it into trophies. I believe that over the last 20 years, Chelsea has been the most successful club in England. And we have. So we shouldn't forget the past. I think everyone should continue to believe and love the club and try to help it out through these difficult times, which also means calling out the ownership on their bullshit, which is essentially what he's doing. Yeah. Florentino Perez is not happy. When you see all the blue ticks who are ucking or believing in the possible point of the Scouts or Alonso or the PR around it, you know they're not blue co out, and clearly they don't care about the total destruction of our once elite football club. Fake supporters. Honestly, bro, I think you're dead wrong on that. I really, really do. Want to know why? Again, I'm gonna keep on saying this. We can say blue co out. That's the main message here. It's on my freaking stream right now, bro. Like, I've been saying this shit since January. I've been saying this shit since beforehand, before I started YouTube. Go check out my previous videos, how much I do not want the ownership at this club. But at the same time, what I'm saying here is, who do Chelsea fans want as the manager at this point? We all know what we need to do with this ownership. But park that to the side for 1 second. Which manager do Chelsea fans want? Because the way that a lot of you guys are talking, you guys are leaning towards a Marco Silva, towards an Andoni Iraola. That's what you guys are doing. That's the levels that you guys want to have. It doesn't matter if he's a scouser. It doesn't matter if he played for Liverpool, bro, or the PR around it. I'm just talking about these things because I want to sit here and get people's opinions on who you guys want as manager. If you want me to go in on how much I despise this ownership, my YouTube channel will get taken down. I don't have a big following like that. I got about 1,045 subs on YouTube, bro. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and continuously talk about something that we've been beating a dead bush about. We have protests for this. We have the bigger platforms that should be saying blue co out, but they're not. You know, I'm watching Blue Lions TV yesterday, and he's over here talking about the new home kit jersey, right? I'm not a fan of it. I'm probably not going to get the home jersey. But the away jersey, I'll buy that off a third-party source, bro. I'm not giving any money to this club. So is it because I have a few jerseys from the past few seasons? Am I really blue co-in? Are we going to start sitting here saying that because I'm wearing that specific jersey, I'm blue co-in? So now we're going to sit here and start questioning on what jerseys and what shirts we wear because you think they're blue co-in. Alex from CFC Fan TV said it best. If you guys are going to criticize me on the stuff that I'm wearing, you guys have completely lost the plot. Like I said, I've been a fan of this club for over 25 years, bro. I don't need to hear the bullshit from anybody. And this opinion here, I just think it's crazy, honestly. But when you start seeing stuff like fake supporters, it's like Chelsea fans are starting a civil war within their own fan base. That's not my problem. I've been consistent. This self-serving guy is a disgrace for so many reasons. Spend 60 pounds on a ticket just to tweet all game. Biggest brown envelope there is. Man. We have officially reached Elise territory. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, man. I just think there's a lot of fans in this fan base that are looking for the kind of like, not me specifically, because I can care less about like the clout and the attention. Because over the time that I've been doing these streams, more and more people have been just tuning in to see my opinions, and whether or not I'm right or wrong, I let I let the news tell me if I'm right or wrong. I give my opinions. I don't think I'm always right. I've been wrong on a few things, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, a lot of people that have been tuning in recently, I feel like you guys are here because you guys want to hear the opinion, or the title of my streams is bringing you guys in, which is not clickbait because I'm trying to get people to just hear my opinions at the end of the day. It's not about if I believe it's going to happen or not. Do I believe Xabi Alonso will end up being the manager at Chelsea? I think there's a 65% chance that it happens. I think there's a 65% chance it happens. And it says here, Moises Caicedo has switched agent to CAA base. We even seen that he was going to switch. I think he switched agents also earlier in the season too. So he switched agents again, it looks like, which is crazy. And then this is the thing I wanted to say. If you're a Chelsea fan and are seriously celebrating getting some extra cash because Arsenal are on the way to a league title, you're either in denial or you don't understand the first thing about what football is. And this is where I'm gonna go like full face cam for this, bro, because a lot of people, I have seen Chelsea fans get very, very excited about this shit. It's like this is, you guys want to see your rivals win the Premier League, even if there's add-ons in certain players, like even if there's clauses in the transfers that you sent like players over to Arsenal for, like Kai Havertz, like Noni Madueke, right? Like, you're that happy that we're gonna get 30 million or 20. Like, why do you want to see Arsenal win the Premier League? They sent that over there because of the idea that they're not gonna, that they probably could win it, but you don't want to see your direct rival, one of your most fiercest rivals in the league, win. You don't want to see that. Why? It just shows like the mentality in some people in this fan base, bro. It's like, why do you want to see Arsenal win the Premier League to get some extra cash? You know the owners aren't going to use the cash in the right areas. My friend who's a Real Madrid fan is tuning into the Florentino Perez press conference here, man, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. Give me a second, guys. I mean, I kind of want to tune in and see that too, honestly. It might be on the Real Madrid YouTube. Let me go ahead and take a look at that real quick. On YouTube, I knew it. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and tune into that. I don't speak Spanish, but I'll put the subtitles on for people that oh yeah, he just sent it to me right now. Oh, yeah, it's right here. It's in English. And these comments in this shit is crazy. Now I don't know why the audio's not playing. Maybe it's. I think you will, bro. Interesting. I'm just curious. I'm like, I need to check if my audio's working real quick. Give me a second. I just need to find a video in here, I guess. That's crazy. Oh, there you go. I was gonna let me. Now it's supposed to be in English because I know a lot of people probably don't speak Spanish. So I don't speak Spanish either. I understand like a little bit of it, but we'll see what happens. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that my stream was actually like recording and stuff. Okay. Or like my audio was recording. Yeah, man. I mean, Jose Mourinho going back to Real Madrid would be absolutely insane, man. But when he pops up, I will bring it back onto the screen for that. But let me go ahead and go full face cam. Actually, I am on face cam right now. But yeah, man. How's everyone doing today? What's going on? Yo, my friend just told me, imagine if it's Jurgen Klopp is the guy that actually comes in. Could you imagine if Jurgen Klopp went to Real Madrid? That would be insane, dude. But a few other things I can probably talk about here. Anybody that would be an insane reaction, bro. It would actually be nuts if he went back to Real Madrid or he went to Real Madrid, given the history between Liverpool and Real Madrid in recent seasons. That would be insane. I wonder how Liverpool fans would actually be feeling about that too. But if we take a look at the comments, right, man, it's not English blood. Every time he speaks in a loud voice, think it's happening. Man, I'm telling you, man. Somebody said Cristiano Ronaldo will be the next manager. That's it, bro. Stop it. That'll be crazy. I'm going to go ahead and wait for Florentino Perez to pop out. Texting my beautiful girl. We're expecting a kid at the end of the year. What is this? Yeah, bro, I don't really play Call of Duty anymore, man. The game is washed. It's horrific now, man. So I appreciate that, but I'm not gonna entertain that. Sorry, bro. Again, I do appreciate all the people tuning in and watching. Might do my stream for another 30 minutes. It depends when Florentino Perez actually jumps on to the podium there. Oh my god. Oh, what I could talk about here actually. Tottenham Hotspur. Y'all thought you were safe, weren't you? You guys thought you were safe. Once again, the capitulation at home is unreal, man. And they almost lost, right? Leeds had a few chances. Kinski does bits to keep them basically afloat in the Premier League right now, but Tottenham Hotspur, bro. Now, the craziest thing is West Ham go to Newcastle at the weekend. If West Ham go up to St. James's Park and they beat Newcastle, Chelsea have a golden opportunity to send Spurs into the relegation zone with one game to play. And Spurs' final game is at home against Everton. Like, you can't make this up, bro. I'm praying that West Ham beats Newcastle. So when they come to the bridge on next Tuesday, next week, in a week's time, we can effectively relegate Tottenham because they're not going to be Everton at home. They're not. They're just not. Spurs are in a world of trouble once again. And it begs the question, was that 2-game winning streak, was that anything? It was nothing. I think Tottenham are fried, bro. Because I think West Ham's final game is against Leeds at the London Stadium. And I'll tell you this now. West Ham, if they beat Newcastle, I'll back them to beat Leeds or get a point, which is going to basically keep them safe. But I think if I pull over to the Premier League table real quick, and I'll show this on screen, even though I'm hiding that. So as of right now, Spurs are 2 points clear of West Ham. And you see the games they have next. Spurs haven't lost in 4, but I believe that draw is such. I thought they were playing some Stellar Blade music. I'm like, yo. But Tottenham, West Ham, if West Ham can get if West Ham can beat Newcastle, who aren't in good form right now, who aren't in the best form, if West Ham can find a way to win, I think Spurs will get relegated at that point. That's how I'm seeing it. I think West Ham beat Newcastle. We beat Spurs at the Bridge. Even though our home form is so bad, we're 14th in the league at home, bro. And Spurs are actually better away from home than they are at the Lane. Spurs specifically, man, they needed those 3 points yesterday because then it would have been a 4-point gap with 2 games left. That would have kept them safe. Them dropping 2 more points basically means Spurs have to win one of their next 2 games to stay up or at least get a point, right? Do I think that's realistic? I think Spurs are going to lose their last 2 games of the season. And I think that's going to relegate them. West Ham, in my opinion, is going to beat Newcastle away to go 1 point above them. And then it's going to come down to the final day. Spurs hosting Everton at the Lane, West Ham hosting Leeds at the London Stadium. That game is going to be that part of the table is going to be more enticing than the Premier League title race because I don't think anybody gives a fuck about Arsenal in the Man City title race anymore. For me, I can care less about it. I'm more interested in the relegation battle because I can care less if Arsenal win the league now. Thank you for telling me that, sir. All right, Florentino Perez has stepped out. Now I need to find some type of subtitle. Does anybody not have the English translations, bro? I hope somebody in the chat can actually show us what's going on here. I'm asking my friend here to see what he's saying because I don't understand a lot of Spanish like that. It looks like a lot of people in the chat saying he's calling for new elections. Did he really think I was gonna resign? I'm calling for new elections. I'm gonna be fair to my audience here. I'm not gonna play this because I wish there was a translation thing that I can have here, but the closed captioning for some reason is not there for a translation. But my friend here is saying he's calling out the media right now for false information. It looks like. He said that he just read an article right now, and he called out the writer by his name. Oh, shit, he's calling out journalists, guys. I don't think I need to understand Spanish to actually understand the tone he's talking with right now. He said the article was saying that Florentino Perez was speaking with his inner circle about the drama with Madrid, and he's clearing it up right now. My man, I appreciate you translating this all for me because I'm trying to get people to understand this on stream right now. So there's been articles written about Real Madrid, and he's called out the journalist by name. Which, if he's coming out and doing that, honestly, if he's coming out and doing that, then there has to be a reason why he's doing that. I mean, he's going in. I don't need to understand Spanish like this to understand what's going on, bro. Because I've been speaking about this. He said something about the history. I don't think he was too happy that Xabi Alonso had to part ways, in my opinion. He's got a whole ass freaking pamphlet of shit to talk about, man. Again, my viewers that don't understand Spanish, or if there are Spanish, uh, um, if there are people that speak Spanish in the chat or that are watching, I would like some help on the translation. I am asking my friend at the same time to help me translate this so I can actually give you guys what's going on, tell you guys about what's going on. 25 years, something. He spoke on Barcelona right there too. There's a lot that he is saying, man. Let me go ahead and check Twitter to see if people are actually posting about this. Okay. So another thing that my friend sent me right now is that he's reminding them that the media don't control Madrid. He does, and under him they have been very successful. No need for the media to make up lies and try to kill him like on the papers. Jesus Christ, that's insane. Bro, he's absolutely going in on the media right now, man. Insane, man. See, I feel like the duty of my channel is to bring stuff like this, even if people don't understand, because I have people that can help me out and translate for you guys what he's saying. And it's like, holy crap, bro. Bro, he is releasing a lot of information about what's going on at that club right now. I'll take a look at this afterwards. I guess the one way I can actually see this with a it looks like he brought up the fact he just brought up the scandal about the refs that Barca had. It was a subtle jab at them to say you talk about Madrid all day, but ignore these things. So the scandals that Barcelona have had, it's looking like the media is ignoring these things just to just to talk about Real Madrid, which is, you know what? I mean, he might be right on that. So here's this right here. Florentino Perez. This is an orchestrated campaign. It's a media campaign against Real Madrid. Rebello, the media outlet, was created along with La Liga and lost 25 million euros. This outlet was created to smear Real Madrid and Florentino Perez. We have the most valuable squad in the world, according to Transfer Market. The Negria scandal, which I just spoke on now, is the worst scandal in football history. I can't believe that it's still not been resolved. You know? Yeah, he's currently right now arguing with the guy that he spoke on. But I'm gonna mute this real quick so I can talk about this part right here. Barca paid for the services for 20 years, and those refs are still active in the third decade. That's crazy, dude. They're saying Real Madrid is in shambles. That is total chaos. That it's a disaster. It's all lies. God, that's crazy work, bro. I'm calling for new board elections, and this board is with me at its home, and we'll be running for these elections. Anyone who is criticizing us and spreading these rumors about me can run these elections against me. Whoever wants to step up, step up. Stop coming from behind. Stop talking behind his back. I'll show you. Jeez, bro, he's absolutely going in. With me as president, we won 76 titles. Maybe I have to remind you. Yes, we would have. Yes, we've won nothing this year, but don't forget. I mean, the guys won 76 trophies, bro. I mean, what more do you need to say about him as the president, man? Florentino Perez is one of the greatest presidents, owners of all time. I work day and night like an animal. I'm here. I am the leader of a major construction company. I am the leader of Real Madrid. I am in perfect health. Why are they saying I have cancer? Where did this rumor come from? Why are they saying I'm sick and weak and tired? Jeez, bro, he's going in, man. Florentino Perez, you, Ruben, you attack Real Madrid every day. I'm going to cancel my subscription with you. Jesus. So it's looking like he's basically doing this press conference to tell the press to stop talking shit, bro. Which look, man. Which look, journalism and reporting is in the mud right now. He has every right to come out as the president of the club and shut down any bullshit that he feels like is out there. Florentino Perez, probably more than anybody, could come out and say stuff like this. He's the president of the club and he's calling for new elections. And he's basically saying, don't talk shit behind my back. Say it to me. Stop going into the media and saying shit to these journalists. And then the journalists have to go out and report these things. It's crazy, dude. He is. And my friend just told me he's arguably the greatest club president of all time. I just said that he may be the greatest club president ever. 76 titles, it's hard to dispute that. Multiple Champions Leagues, La Liga titles, Copa del Rey's, Club World Cups, Intercontinental. I mean, he's won it all, man. He's won it all, bro. Oh, shit. Like, this is crazy shit, man. He's going in, bro. I'm here for it, man. I'm absolutely here for it. This is what I want to see presidents and club owners do is call out the bullshit, man. I'm gonna probably be on, guys, for another 15 minutes, and then I gotta start getting ready for work. He's saying basically because people want to take over the club for the next elections, which look like that's gonna be in 2029. But he's calling for new elections now. Raymond, I appreciate your comment. You've been coming in here a lot lately, man. Louis, how are you, Xabi? How are you? Xabi Hernandez should be appointed as the manager of Chelsea. Xabi Hernandez should be walking through the door as manager. I mean, he probably will, bro. At this point, it's looking that way, bro. I mean, Florentino Perez is absolutely going in right now. Right here, look at this. Right, Florentino Perez. La Liga is our enemy. He's. I mean, it's looking like he's calling up the league now too, which is insane. There are sectors that want to take over the club. First, the media sector. First, the media sector saying we're a club in chaos. Go say that to Europe, and they'll think it's ridiculous. After the titles and success we've had, then the ultras, who we will never allow back into the stadium. Damn, he's calling out the ultras too. Bro, this is nuclear shit right here, man. When I came to this club for the first time, the players was in a such bad situation that they couldn't even pay players and employees. Now it's in an incredible financial situation with record earnings and the most valuable squad in the world. I believe that. I'm calling these elections to defend the interests of Real Madrid. Some people want to take over our club. You, Ruben, you attack Real Madrid every day. I'm going to cancel my subscription with you. I'm not going anywhere. Anyone who wants to step up against me can step up. He's calling out the bullshit, bro. And this is what club presidents need to do. Club presidents and owners need to take notes on what Florentino Perez is doing, because he sees his club being shitted on and he's calling out the bullshit. Blue Co ain't doing that with Chelsea. They'll just feed you more PR. The whole world admires us. I speak to people from FIFA and UEFA, and they don't understand why the Spanish media treats us this way. Journalists like Ruben, you create trouble for Real Madrid. He answers, but it's inaudible. Bro, he is going ballistic right now, man. He's going in, bro. I love it. I love it, man. Let's go ahead and take a refresh here. Why is the Madrid media against Real Madrid? Why? We won the Super League case. We won. That's how we were able to negotiate with UEFA. What we did was good for football so that the children in Africa can watch football for free. I fight everyone. I'm ready to fight everyone, bro. And the thing that he's doing that I like is he's going through his phone. He's going through his phone here, and he's calling out the journalist by name, and he's looking for them in in the press room, bro. Bro, he isn't letting up, man. And it's like this is the problem, bro. I said it was the players, but the players are the problem. But the media in Madrid, that's something to really talk about. I'll read it again. What ABC wrote a few minutes ago. They say I'm tired. Why? Are you seeing me tired? Yeah, I agree with that. This channel is Marca English, but there's no English, right? I mean, like, I'm not against Spanish. That's actually my favorite language to listen to be honest with you. I've read rumors that I have terminal cancers. What? I have cancer and I didn't even know. Do you guys due diligence to probably keep it here so I can actually read what's going on? Because I don't want to keep asking like my boy here, like what's being translated. Because he is a Real Madrid fan. Real Madrid belongs to the Scorpios, not a bunch of journalists who hate the club. Friends called me to ask if I have cancer because of the article. Do you think that's normal? Do I look tired? I'm here to defend this club. So if people are out there saying he has cancer, I mean, I feel like he's gonna be the one to tell people that, not people in his circle, man. I feel like that is fucked up, man. Yet he's also saying he's not gonna talk about the players or the coaches, which I don't think this is the right press conference to do that because if he's addressing stuff about himself, then he's gonna come out and do that. I think the manager, the managerial search, I believe, for Real Madrid is gonna come after the season. 'Cause I think the season's already over, essentially. So I think that's when you'll see the new manager be appointed. I don't think he's gonna do it in this press conference. He also called out the ultras too, man, which is crazy. Yeah, so it's right here. Let me go ahead and mute this real quick. Or yeah, let me mute this real quick. So Florentino Perez, new coach. I won't say anything about coaches or the players. I'm here to say I'm returning Real Madrid to its rightful owners, the socios, not the journalists. They want me to leave. I am not leaving. What a mess Real Madrid is right now. Talk about football. No, I don't want to talk about football. I would rather talk about I will talk about returning Real Madrid to its owners. This is what my father taught me that Real Madrid belongs to the Scocios. So I'll be real. I'm gonna stop watching this press conference. Um, I'll get more stuff probably through shorts about this, but again, I will say this: Mourinho. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about keeping control of Real Madrid, us, the Scocios, not the journalists. So he's specifically targeting the journalists in this press conference, man. And I will say this: I've been elected the best president in football history. I'm ashamed to say it, bro. He is. Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and veer away from that. Um, Liverpool fans, you hear that? That's what I'm saying. Right. We know that already. I think he should stay at Bournemouth, honestly. All right. I mean, there's not much there after that. I mean, he's just going to be saying the same bull crap. Name a scam, blue coat. I agree. Flop of the season 2025-26. That's a wild lineup, bro. Yeah, Florentino Perez is cinema. He absolutely is. I'm not resigning. I'm calling for new elections at the club. I agree with that. You should. But with that being said, guys, let me go ahead and go full face cam. Or not. Actually, I'll do this one. All right. Hold on. I guess I'll just go like this, really. All right. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I got to go to work in about an hour or so. Got to get ready for that. I have to get my dog situated and everything like that. But I appreciate everyone tuning in, chiming in, dropping in comments, dropping the likes and everything like that. Appreciate everybody that was sending me comments throughout the stream. Again, I'll be on stream tomorrow. We'll be talking about whatever's happened, specifically also about this Real Madrid stuff that is coming out right now. But what an insane stream we had towards the end with Florentino Perez speaking out against the Madrid media and everybody there. Big up to Florentino Perez. He's an absolute gem in this sport for a reason. And when you win 76 titles, you have a right to start calling out the you have a right to start calling people out on this shit, man. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm Jason. No filter Chels. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like, comment, share this stream. I'll have shorts uploaded probably throughout the day from this stream. Um, Again, I appreciate all the love and support. I'm on the road to 2,000 subs on YouTube. I do stream on Twitch. I do stream on X too. People on X that have tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Continue to tune in. At some point, I'll probably allow people to chime in on the stream while I'm talking just to get conversations going. I just want to be able to do that comfortably without, any kind of disrespect being put on stream. I'm just trying to have fun while I do this because I'm not making money off of this right now. But my goal at some point is to get monetized, to actually get my voice out there more, to create a platform as a football fan, as a Chelsea fan, just to get my voice out there. But I appreciate all of the love and support. Peace and love. Simple message here as always. Blue coat out. Get the fuck out the club. Xabi Alonso. Hopefully he becomes the new manager of Chelsea. But we'll see as time goes on who the new manager of Chelsea will be. Let me know in the comments, Chelsea fans, who you want to see as manager, because I don't really see anyone else that we can turn to. But yeah, man, I'm out of here. Peace and love.